Last time I looked at every Smash game and listed 10 stages I hate. But that list didn't contain any stages from the original Smash 64. And that's because I don't really dislike any of them. So since none of the Smash 64 stages made it on the top 10 stages I hate list, I decided to rank all of the stages from my least favorite to my favorite. This is unlike what I did with my top 5 characters of Smash 64 video. And I will not be ranking all of the stages from the other games because there are so many. But I wanted to do it with Smash 64 because there aren't that many and I had something to say about all of them. So I hope you enjoyed the video and be sure to rank your least favorite to favorite stages in the comments below. And also, this is all my personal opinion, so I'm sorry if your favorite stage isn't placed very high. Planet Zebes. Planet Zebes isn't that bad, but it's definitely the worst stage of Smash 64. This stage sees a kind of awkward platform layout atop a giant pit of acid or something. The stage will gradually move closer to the pit, and if you fall in, you will take damage and will be thrown upwards. So it's pretty much Brinstar and Norfair for those who haven't played Smash 64. What would make me enjoy this stage more is if the acid didn't go onto the stage. I'm fine with the stage going near the pit, but I don't like whenever the entire stage but one platform is inside the acid, so you have to stay on that one platform. How about the acid is just around the entire stage, sometimes? The stage itself also doesn't look very interesting. It just looks dull, which is something every other Smash 64 stage doesn't seem to struggle with. But what do I like about it, because I definitely don't hate it? Well, the music is pretty good, and while the stage platforms are at these odd angles, it can be fun to play on when the acid isn't present. So yeah, Planet Zebes, not a wretched stage, but nothing spectacular. Sector Z. Sector Z is the last stage that I don't play on too often. Reason being is that it's really big. Definitely the biggest stage of Smash 64. And with a few exceptions, I'm never a big fan of big stages, especially if there's a lot of open space. But this one isn't so big that it isn't fun, it's just so big that I'd rather play on other smaller stages. I will say that I really like the background though, and it would definitely look sweet in HD, but I don't see Sector Z coming back in Smash Ultimate because both Corneria and Venom are returning, but I wouldn't oppose its conclusion. Peach's Castle. Peach's Castle is a weird stage. It kind of feels like an early test stage. And like, how exactly is this Peach's Castle? Peach's Castle is in the background. You're fighting on this weird thing up in the sky. I guess there's no other name they could have given it, but I don't know, it's just weird that it's called Peach's Castle. But whatever the reason, we have this really odd Mario stage. There's a platform on the bottom that moves from left to right that doesn't have grabbable ledges, which is annoying. There's a bumper at the top for some reason, which I don't think really needs to be there. And these two floating things that are off to the side. I don't know why they're there, but they are. But I'm not bashing the stage design. I actually really like it. The only thing keeping it from any higher is that the bottom platform can be pretty annoying. Mushroom Kingdom. The only unlockable stage, along with being the only stage with a walk-off on Smash 64. Mushroom Kingdom is a stage based on the original Super Mario Bros. Game, though it does use assets from later installments like the POW block. This stage is pretty fun, though not one I play on all too often. One reason is because I'm not a big fan of walk-offs, and the other being that it can get a little too chaotic at times. The aforementioned POW block, the piranha plants, and the scale can all dictate the course of the match. But this is a fun stage to just play on with a bunch of friends when wanting to have a good time. I will say that being able to warp through the pipes is a really neat touch that I wish was in more Mario stages. Saffron City. In this stage, everyone fights atop the buildings of Saffron City. There's a Pokemon Center, and every now and then, the door of the Silph building will open with a Pokemon coming out. There are a variety of different Pokemon that will come out, like Venusaur, Charmander, Chansey, and a couple others. It'll disrupt the battle, so I don't go near the Silph too often, but this stage is pretty fun aside from that small nitpick. And I'm actually kind of surprised this was the first ever Pokemon stage. I'd expect something kind of like Pokemon Stadium to come first, but I'm content with this stage. Hyrule Castle. Hyrule Castle is another great stage concept, but unlike Saffron City, it was a no-brainer to include as a stage. It is quite big, but not as big as Sector Z. And the main thing I like about this stage is... I have no idea. It's a simple stage with plenty of room to fight. The tornadoes that show up are kind of fun to mess around with, but to be honest, I like this stage so much because you're fighting on Hyrule Castle. I know my reasoning for liking this stage isn't very clear, but I don't really know what to say, I just really like the stage. Yoshis Island. Yoshis Island is another very large stage, but unlike Sector Z and Hyrule Castle, you will not be using most of it. Most of the action will take place on the middle platforms that make out a similar layout to Battlefield. But if you're launched to the left or right, there are some clouds you can jump on to save yourself. They will vanish quickly though, and for some reason the right side is twice as large as the left side. I kinda wish they were both one cloud with a close blast zone. Well, in an ideal world, I just wish that there were no clouds and the blast zones were close to the stage, but the stage is fine as it is. But something else I like about the stage is how it looks. It's so vibrant and full of life, but that makes sense seeing as it comes from a Yoshi game. Dreamland. I'm pretty sure most people like Dreamland. It's a simple, charming stage that is also the only legal stage for competitive Smash 64. The only gimmick this stage has is the wind, and I personally don't feel it affects the match much. I'm sure there are people who will say otherwise, but it doesn't seem like it does much to me. The side blast zones on the stage are also really far, and I know that it'll benefit some characters more than others, but it doesn't bother me that much. Dreamland is just a nice and easy stage, but what stage could be better? Well, by process of elimination, you should know. Congo Jungle. This stage is my favorite for many reasons. 1. The scenery. This stage looks great. I just love how they decided to add the sunset. 2. The music on it is amazing. And 3. The layout is basic and fun. The only thing I guess I don't like about it is the barrel, but it's not that big of a deal. I was actually very surprised it came back in Smash 4. I remember being super excited when it was revealed, but also shocked because 64 stages didn't return in Brawl or 3DS. All of these Smash 64 stages kind of felt forgotten at one point, but Smash 4 proved they weren't. And so is Ultimate, which has revealed some 64 stages that have never come back or some that haven't come back for a long time, like Saffron City and Yoshis Island. Congo Jungle hasn't been revealed yet, hopefully, but I have a feeling that it will. Thank you all for watching my video on my ranking of the Smash 64 stages. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to rank your least favorite to favorite in the comments below. Next time I'll be talking about the Melee stages, which will go back to the top 10 style. So I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.